Welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to look at the following WWE news and rumors. Daniel Bryan reveals why he doesn't want to be a full-time WWE star. Randy Orton's wife Kim Marie is not happy with Alexa Bliss. Randy Orton on his promos throughout the majority of his WWE career. And WWE's plans for the main event of WrestleMania 37 spoiled. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more wrestling content. Ricochet is one of the most athletic superstars on the WWE roster today. However, after the initial push he received when he got called up to the main roster, the former NXT North American champion has been stuck in limbo. Former WWE champion Randy Orton has said that he would love to help Ricochet better himself. Randy Orton is a veteran of the business and him wanting to work with Ricochet is a major compliment to the young superstar. Ricochet has been absent from Raw over the past few weeks, and it looks like WWE has no creative direction for him as of now. On the latest edition of Stone Cold Steve Austin's Broken Skull Sessions, Randy Orton was asked what he thought of Ricochet. The Viper said that, while he is an amazing athlete, something is missing. Orton further stated that he would love to help the superstar out. Amazing but missing something, and I'd love to help him. Ricochet was featured prominently on Raw, while Paul Heyman headed the creative on the Red brand. However, with Heyman's ouster as Raw executive director, Ricochet's push has taken a backseat. The former US champion cut a passionate promo on Raw Talk a few months back which led to speculation that he might soon get a push. However, no such thing has happened. Disappointed with his performance against Retribution, Ricochet had stated that something has got to change. I have to figure out some way. I have to figure out what it is in myself is why I always continue to fail. I couldn't hold on to the United States Championship for more than a couple of weeks. I couldn't even touch Brock Lesnar. I couldn't even beat the Hurt Business, and now I can't beat Retribution. So, something has got to change, and I don't know what that is yet. Randy Orton has his hands full with The Fiend and Alexa Bliss as of now, but the Viper may start a program with Ricochet after WrestleMania. Daniel Bryan has opened up about his WWE future and has revealed why he no longer wants to be a full-time performer in the company. Bryan said that he wants to spend more time with his children, which is the main reason for him not wanting to be a full-time star. Bryan returned to the ring in 2018 after spending a few years on the sidelines due to concussion-related injuries. He had one strong run with the WWE Championship, which he eventually lost to Kofi Kingston at WrestleMania 35. Daniel Bryan, in an interview with Bleacher Report, explained why he wants to be a part-time star in WWE. He spoke about his hectic schedule as a full-time star and stated that he wants to be around his children more. When I come home and the kids haven't seen me in 2.5 days, I want them to see how excited I am to see them. I want to come home with that energy for them. Our daughter is at that age where she has so much energy and all she wants to do is play and go to the playground. I come home and kiss my wife and play with our son for a little bit and give our daughter a big hug and tell her, okay, sweet girl, let's go play. I want to do that. As you get older, that energy gets harder and harder to come by. There's not many things that can make me stop wrestling, but the one that made me really reconsider it was when my daughter said this. Dada, please don't go. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, God. Bryan said that during pay-per-view weekends, he is usually away from his family for 5 days and 2.5 days otherwise. Daniel Bryan has had a few interesting feuds over the last year. He was in a feud with then Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn at last year's WrestleMania and later wrestled AJ Styles. He took some time off and returned to WWE in October to wrestle with a few different superstars. Daniel Bryan then faced Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at Fastlane, but lost the title match. Randy Orton's work on the microphone in WWE, as of late, has been top-notch quality. But it didn't used to be that way. The Viper was the latest guest on Stone Cold Steve Austin's The Broken Skull Sessions, and the subject of Randy Orton's great promos, as of late, came up. Orton stated, "I've been around, but the promos, they were always mediocre. I was concentrating on the in-ring stuff, and I did that for years. I even remember that the reason I give you a bit of S and I say you weren't too fond of me is I know you've done interviews before where you S on my promos. At the time, I'm like F him. But you were right. I think it was Michael Hayes, not too long ago, he said, Randy, if you look at all the guys who have had a Hall of Fame career, they were all good workers, but could cut a good promo, a great promo. They were great on the microphone. "You're not great on the microphone, but you're kind of in that mix, and that's odd to me." He said that to me, and it's like, I need to give this more thought. Randy Orton acknowledges that he was perfectly content just getting by on his in-ring work for years and not caring about how he performed on the microphone. That has changed over the last year or so, and the WWE Universe is starting to see a new side of Orton in the process. He continued, "For years I didn't want to hear it. When he would say that my promos were the S, I didn't want to hear it. I knew that I was good enough to get by and do my thing. When you talk about the downs as opposed to the ups, those downs would put me in that funk to where I was good enough to stay out all night, not treat myself the best possible way I could be treating myself. Sleep in, miss the gym, show up to work, wipe the sleep out of my eye, put on my boots, and go kill it. I've always been so blessed in that regard, but I realized about a year ago how important promos were, and it's embarrassing to say, especially to someone like you, that it took me that long to realize that." What are your thoughts on Randy Orton's promos throughout his WWE career? Do you think he's doing his best work on the microphone right now? Let us know by sounding off in the comments section below. Fastlane 2021 is in history books now, and we are now less than 3 weeks away from WWE's biggest show of the year, WrestleMania 37. WWE has already announced that Universal Champion Roman Reigns will be defending his title against the winner of the Men's Royal Rumble, Edge. However, WWE is reportedly making a major change to this match, which will likely be the main event. Tonight at Fastlane 2021, Roman Reigns defended his title against Daniel Bryan in the main event with Edge as the special guest enforcer. During the closing stages of the match, Jey Uso interfered and delivered a super kick to Edge. Following that, Bryan accidentally hit Edge with a steel chair. Daniel Bryan then made Reigns tap out to his submission, but there was no referee to see it. A visibly frustrated Edge attacked Reigns and Bryan with a steel chair and left the ring, seemingly turning heel. Following this, Reigns pinned Bryan to retain his Universal title. Bryan Alvarez is reporting that the main event of WrestleMania 37 will now be a three-way. This means that Daniel Bryan will likely be added to the Universal Championship match between Edge and Roman Reigns in the coming weeks. WrestleMania main event now a three-way. Other than the Universal Championship match, WWE has announced 3 major title matches for the show of shows this year. SmackDown Women's Champion Sasha Banks is set to defend her title against a winner of the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match, Bianca Belair. WWE Champion Bobby Lashley will put his title on the line against Drew McIntyre. The Raw Tag Team Championships will be on the line as the New Day will defend their titles against a team of AJ Styles and Omos. More matches for WrestleMania will be announced in the coming few weeks. Randy Orton's wife Kim Marie is not happy with Alexa Bliss. WWE Fastlane 2021 went completely opposite for Randy Orton than what he would have wanted. The Viper took on Alexa Bliss in an intergender match tonight, but little did he know about Bliss's demonic plans. In the final moments of their match at WWE Fastlane 2021, the Fiend Bray Wyatt returned after nearly 3 months. With a new burnt and melted look, the Fiend hit Orton with the Sister Abigail, following which Bliss pinned him. Following their match, Randy Orton's wife Kim Marie took to Twitter and expressed that she wasn't happy with Alexa Bliss. Randy Orton was visibly scared to see the Fiend Bray Wyatt return at WWE Fastlane 2021. It was at WWE TLC 2020, where Orton burned the Fiend in the middle of the ring after their Firefly Inferno match. It was almost as if the Viper saw a ghost tonight. The coming few weeks are surely going to be filled with horrors for Randy Orton, as the Fiend will be wanting revenge for what Orton did to him. We are likely headed towards a match between the two at WrestleMania 37, and it'll be interesting to see what role Alexa Bliss plays in this angle going forward.